Hello! Today I'd like to focus on the Chantecaille 25% off Earth Day event. It started a few days ago and it will last until April 22nd. I would like to focus on the Chantecaille products that I think are worth purchasing with the sale. This Chantecaille Earth Day event is on their website, so it's exclusively for US customers, Canadian customers, and I think UK customers as well. For us in Europe, we don't have an European website from Chantecaille. My favorite website to purchase Chantecaille from is Cult Beauty, and Cult Beauty is having a 20% off sale too. So what I'm gonna say is valid almost everywhere. Let me show what is included in this event, philanthropy product, and the latest trios. I think it's a way to sell better the items, you know what I think about. But if you buy from the official website, so it's only restricted to you that can purchase from the Chantecaille website, a few dollars of your purchase go towards supporting those associations that are different for different products, supporting different type of animals that are risking their extinction. Chantecaille, to me, is an overpriced brand. Still, I think they do exquisite products, and there are some times where I indulge. Therefore, I would like to share my experience and my taste, tell you what I would buy on a sale. Let's talk about them. So, strict to the point, what are the main products that I would recommend? I would recommend these ones, the Luminescent Eye Shades. Not all of them are made equal. There are different level of glitters in these Luminescent Eye Shades. Do I like them? Yes, but these are a bit too glittery for me. So I would recommend them. They are definitely special, and the uniqueness, especially in this one, is that it's so difficult to find a taupe shade like this. This is an elephant shade in this formula that I will start to call hard gelée formula. It looks like there's a different process. It should be vacuum, but I'm not sure, that makes the eyeshadows hard. And it's something patented in Italy. So all the true hard gelée shades are made in Italy. And if you want to know more about this, I have two videos to recommend to you. Some videos that I did about the baked gelée. This is the most important one. I won't change the name of my old videos. I called it a baked gelée. You know what I mean. I have a project where I list all the hard gelée products that are present in the market. It's something that I keep updated. Another video that I would recommend is a recent video by Mariam related to Pat McGrath is going maybe to change the formula, that hard gelée formula that is present in the mothership. And there's a very nice discussion in the comments. I would recommend to read the comments. It was very interesting discussion. Back to the Chantecaille products. So the products that I'm gonna recommend you are especially these hard gelée products. And this is one of the few true taupes in this formula in the market that is currently available for purchase, because I have another taupe from Tom Ford, but it has been discontinued. So this is currently available for purchase and is something that I would recommend. I will swatch it for you. It's a taupe with a golden sheen. The glitter is quite chunky for my liking. So sometimes I get eye irritation. So I can use this eyeshadow when I don't have particularly sensitive eyes. When I feel I'm extra sensitive, I won't use this one. Still, it's a beautiful shade, and it's my first recommendation from this sale by Chantecaille. Let me go back to the list of products. So this one. Let me go through the shades, because I have some things that nobody talked about and I would like to share with you. So Cheetah. I purchased Cheetah. Cheetah is a beautiful shade, is a pink champagne, but is very similar to a champagne that I found in a Tom Ford Wet and Dry quad. So I don't have Cheetah anymore because it was too similar to that other champagne shade that I practically got let's say got for free, but it was included in a quad that I had already purchased. So the risk with Cheetah is that you pay the $58, then discounted 25%, but then you have a shade that is not new in your collection. So it's something to pay attention to. If you have that quad by Tom Ford, you have practically the Cheetah shade. So do not purchase if you already have it, of course. Then we have Elephant. Okay, Elephant is this shade. We already swatched it, is this one. Then we have Giraffe. Giraffe is a smoother shade. Giraffe is not glittery. Cheetah has a bit of glitter. But not at the point of Elephant here. Giraffe instead doesn't have chunky shimmer particles. I used to have it, but I decluttered it. I think I sold it on my Vinted because the color to me was too red based. And I have a comparison here with Pat McGrath. There was a brown in the Pat McGrath Ritualistic Rose Quad. Both of them hard gelée, so same type of formula, but the Giraffe was reddish, and that other one was more on the yellow gold side. So I prefer the Pat McGrath one, and therefore I decided to sell my Giraffe. Also because of course if you have a shade incorporated in a palette, to me at least, is easier to use it, while as a single, yeah, it's more difficult. Although I have to say, now that I moved, I don't have my quads because they were too bulky, even the quads, so I had to select a few. But these singles, I managed to bring all the singles with me before, and the operators packed the rest of the things for me. So this, of course, being a single was easier to carry for traveling or moving. So there's also an advantage. But in terms of everyday usage, you either go for a one and done, and definitely is this reddish brown is something in your coloring, then it's a one and done shade. So it can make sense to purchase. But if you want to use multiple colors, then you have to open different singles. It becomes a bit unpractical, I would say. So up to you, but that is my experience with Giraffe. Giraffe is reddish brown on my skin tone. That is fair with neutral cool undertone. Let's proceed further. The other shade is Mustang, previously called Rowan. I don't have that because this was again orangey warm on me. I have Pinto from that collection. That was the horse collection from a couple of years ago. In an amazing collection, the last hard gelée collection by Chantecaille when it comes to eyeshadows, before the new Papillon collection. We are going to this in a second. Let's proceed with this. So this for me is a no, is out of stock. I'm seeing here is too warm toned for me. Pangolin. Pangolin is another shade that I would recommend. Is another shade that is glittery, but is beautiful. In the past, I compared this to some Pat McGrath shades, for example, from one of the big palettes from the holiday collections some years ago. But I would say that this has a taupe base that makes it more sophisticated. So there's a pink here, but there's a taupe base, and that tones down the pink and makes it office appropriate. I prefer Pangolin to Elephant when it comes to the shimmer. There are chunky shimmers in both, but I feel that in my Elephant, the shimmers are chunkier. So if you don't like that, I would say Pangolin. Of course, they are different colors, but both of them are highly recommended. These are the ones that stayed in my collection, and you have seen already that I decluttered a lot. Another shade that I decluttered is Rhinoceros, Sophisticated Olive. Now, Rhinoceros was very similar to Elephant, with the difference mostly on the shimmers. Here is a plain gold and makes it very work appropriate. Rhinoceros was multicolored. The problem with Rhinoceros, you can see it also in this picture here. On me, I couldn't see the olive. I saw a bit of gunmetal. This is warmer, is this taupe in the base is more on the beige or brown side, while Rhinoceros was harsh on me, was too cool toned. So it was a gray olive undertone, very close to this one, but cooler. And I didn't like the effect on my eyes. That's why I decluttered. I like the reflections, it was multicolored, but overall, the shade was, first of all, not so different from Elephant. And I prefer the Elephant version that I purchased many years later, because I said, okay, if I declutter already the Rhinoceros, there's no reason why I should purchase something similar to it. But this actually is more on the brown side. It has that hint of warmth that is perfect for my neutral skin. While that one was a bit harsh. I found that it was aging me. Whenever I have that feeling, I have to remove that shade from my collection. So there are skin tones where it looks prettier. On my skin that is neutral leaning cool, but still neutral, I prefer more the beigey brown side of taupes. Okay. The other shade here is Zebra. And I know I will talk about it together with Crane, because Zebra and Crane were added later on. Nowadays, it's been already 3 years. I purchased Zebra, and it's another shade that I decluttered. So overall, I decluttered Cheetah, I decluttered Giraffe, I decluttered Zebra, and I decluttered Rhinoceros. So I decluttered 4 of these. Why did I declutter Zebra? Because it was a plain shade. It didn't have anything special. While these ones have more complexity in the color. For example, Pangolin is pink with this darker taupe shade that makes it sophisticated, in my opinion. Or this is a very nice point of taupe, Elephant here. Zebra was a plain rose gold I could find in many other shades. And was warmer than expected, so on me looked more on the orange side. So I thought it would have been pretty, but it was obvious. I didn't find it special enough to keep it. Still, not having in my collection had its space in my brain to focus on the 2 shades that I think are the prettiest. All in all, these 2 are my recommendations. Let's proceed with the second recommendation. So the other recommendation out of all the items that are on sale is, again, towards the heart GELÉE formula, because Chantecaille does it very well. And out of the 2, the one that I would recommend is this one, that is the Nymph palette. Well, this one is orange on me. You have to, have the right skin tone. This you can see is smoother compared to these 2 that are more chunkier, glittery. This is smoother, and then the glittery one is this shade that is a champagne. You see how glittery it is. I have a version of it from my Kiko eyeshadows. You can see my previous swatches of the Kiko eyeshadows, and you will see how close it is to this one. And then we have the purple. And this purple has the disadvantage on me to be very light, and sometimes is a gray. It's just a gray. So I don't get it too much. I like the fact that it is a muted tone, muted shade of purple, but on my eyes, sometimes the purple disappears. So all in all, I would say, if you have doubts, I would skip both of these, because to me, they are not so fantastic like these 2. But it's personal preference. In terms of quality, these are smoother with this that is a bit chunkier, but if these are your colors, then go for it. This other one is very sheer. This is my favorite shade, that is a taupe yellow. Let me put it here. Is more orange on the skin, but not as orange as this one. And then we have the invisible shade, that is this pink. Is visible on my finger, but yeah, it is practically an highlighter. The pink is so faint. And then we have the mint. The mint is nice. This is very light of a trio. Guys, now that I have it, I'm not decluttering it. I'm not disturbed by this color story to the point that I want to remove from my collection. What I'm gonna say is that $80 for this trio, to me, is a bit too much. But these are lovely, but not for everybody. If you want some impact, you need to use other shades to have a more of a base color, and use these as finishing powder, because of course the finish of these is impeccable. Do not expect color on your eyes. It would be a veil. I like it for every day, and also for special occasions, use as finishing powders, because the finish of these is unbeatable. That's why these are my second recommendation. Then I would say I have not tried the cushion foundation, but I heard many good things about. I'm still finishing my Tom Ford cushion. I'm not into cushion foundations. If you have many foundations, it's much more sanitary to use pump foundations. That's why I never purchased it, but I know it's good quality. Other things, lip veil. You know what? I have a lip veil. I think I have an old one that was released when these Luminescent Eye Shades were released. And I don't remember if I ever used it. It should be stored somewhere, and I hope to have it back now. I still have boxes closed full of makeup because I need some furniture before opening those boxes. But I would say the lip products by Chantecaille are good quality. So I would recommend either of these. These are the lip sheer, and then we have lip veil. I would recommend to check Lexi Young videos about the Cheetah collection and the Papillon collection. All of these are safe choices, I would say. All the lip products by Chantecaille are safe choices. So are recommendations as well. Wow, so there's nothing I would not recommend. So this looks a good sale, to be honest. All of these products, this selection is what it would be my personal selection. That's why I also wanted to record this video, also to share my experience. And I have something to share about this product, that is the cheek shades. Now, I have a different opinion compared to all the other YouTubers talking about Chantecaille. I purchased Bliss, the lightest shade, but it doesn't matter. I decluttered it. These blushes are too small. I found it difficult to open, and I don't have nails. I imagine people that have long nails, how do they manage to open it? I found it difficult for me. I didn't like the packaging was standard. I prefer more colored or special packaging. But the main point is the formula. The price is steep for a quantity that is only 2.5 grams. To me, the impression I had was that I purchased at a steep price an eyeshadow, but they were blushes, and the main point is the formula. The formula was powdery and not special enough. I tell you, whenever there's a nice collection by Chantecaille, I tell you if it is worth buying. And to me, I told you when this collection was released, this was the collection to buy. This is the last summer collection, and I purchased both the blushes despite the steep price, again, because the formula here is hard gelée. This is one and this is the other. This is, to me, is a special formula. I love the hard gelée formula. So these to me were worth despite being overpriced. They added something in my collection. Let me swatch them. Confidence, a dupe for the Chanel Fantasy de Chanel blush. I have a video about it. And this is Energy. Very similar, but on the cheeks, you can definitely tell the Energy is more orange, while Confidence is more pink. So there's that. And then there's also this palette. You know, is an iconic palette because it was my reward after my job interview. That went well. And this is the palette. Is also on sale here, although it's out of stock. I don't know if it will be restocked. What I think about this palette, I use it a lot just because of the convenience of these shades. I think though, this is talc free, by the way. They are nice. I mean, they are colors that you can use every day, and I like that this is not too warm. You can find a video about this palette where I went into the details of color analysis, but I will keep it because of sentimental reasons. Yeah, and I like the packaging a lot, but I would not repurchase personally because I found dupes. You can refer to that video if you want to find them. So I have dupes in a better formula. So this, personally, I would not recommend. Let's go back to this zoom and let me show you Chantecaille. Here on Cult Beauty, yeah, everything is discounted. Let me see which, okay, here, no, notify when available. So yeah, this is out of stock. And let me see the Chantecaille Luminescent Eye Shades. And unfortunately, there are only Zebra and Crane. So, of course, Cult Beauty has a lower range of products, but everything is discounted. But you know what? My recommendations are exactly the ones that I've just provided to you. So, are the GELÉE products that I think are the best implementations and the best offering of the Chantecaille range. Also for a brand sale, more wider sale like Cult Beauty. So I think that the Earth Day sale by Chantecaille in the Chantecaille website is a good one, because almost all the products, with the exception of the blushes, are products that I would recommend. Let me know what are your favorite products by Chantecaille, and see you in my next video. Bye!